So, hey guys, welcome back to another and amazing lecture of our Python series, actually Django series. In this video, we will be learning about a very important and powerful tool that Python has. It's called as decorators, right? Why exactly it's called decorators? As its name says, decorators. It means it decorates our function. It will be adding some functionalities to the function and it will be returning it. Just like, when during festivals we decorates our houses or we decorates our rooms whenever we build a new house, like just like that. Okay. So decorators allow us to wrap another function in order to execute the behavior like I will say it in a simple and sorted way. It means that, see, suppose there is a function x and there is another function y. Okay, so with the help of decorators we can wrap both the functions and we can display an output which will be having both the functions or combined functions. Like suppose hello is greeting and world is another function. So we, with the help of decorators, we combined it and we printed hello world. Okay, just like that, right? So for example, let's do one thing. Let's create a new file so that we can test out the implementations, right? We have created a file named decorators.py. Okay, inside of it, firstly moving on further, let's just have a little, quick polish of the things which we learned about functions, that how can we basically call a function, right? So that your all old doubts will be cleared, right? So for that, whenever we need to define a function, we will write it as def. Okay, then suppose I want print, sorry, we have to give it a space here. Suppose I want to print a function. So what can I write here is, suppose there is a function named print. I declared a function print, and inside that I want to give a message. Fine. Okay. So this is our function. Now there is one variable called greeting. That greeting says hello. As I mentioned you guys, that it says hello. Right? We have to we have to put it in quotes to better make it work. Okay. Now it's in quotes, so hello is the greeting. And now we have to define def printer, or yeah, I'll say print underscore it. Right. I have declared another function called print it, and in that I'll write as print and whatever greetings were there, right? Greeting, greeting, then I'll write message. Right. So this will be our function. Now what I will do here is I will call the first function, that is print it. Then I'll write here the another function, that is print, and inside that I will give the message, whatever message I want, right? Suppose I want that Python is great. Okay, so this is our function, right? Now what I have done here is I have declared a function named print, and inside it I have wrote that it will be containing a message. Then I have created a variable called greetings and it has some values. Now inside of it I created another function called print8, which has two things: greetings comma message. Like it has basically the greetings and message which we want that it should be printed together. Now let's run the function. Let's run the function and see what exactly will be the output. Like it's running. Why it's not running? Maybe some issues. What I basically forgot here is I forgot to print the function. Just like it says func is not defined. Obviously, I have not defined the func here, right? So what I will need here is to, let's just do one thing first of all, change it, because maybe it was taking it as an error or something, right? Let's just do this. And here, what wrong I did is I didn't included the parenthesis. Now let's run it. Yeah, see, now it's working fine. Actually, I did some little errors, right? Let's just do one thing. We'll run the file and see. Here it says that Python is great, right? So you can say that our code is working exactly fine, right? But maybe it's not including that greetings that we gave it. Yeah, it's not including that greeting. So let's do one thing. Let's uh yeah, let's do like this. Now we'll run it and we'll see. Yeah, now it's working. So what I did before, I just wrote print and I just gave it the value. So it was taking print statement as a printer, right? That print we will say, but it was not putting values in the function. Now when I will run it, you can clearly see that it's putting the value inside the function and it says, hello, Python is great, right? So this was the basics about function. Now let's just take it to another level where we will be going on and checking about decorators. So let's do one thing. Now we will create another function. Suppose define. I want a decorator. So decorator underscore one. Inside this decorator, let's create a function named func1. Right. I have created a function named func1. Inside that, I'll create another function. It will be saying execute. Okay. It will be saying execute. And inside this function, let's write few things. That is print. And I want executing it now. Okay. Then I want to call my func1. Okay, then what I want here is I want to print a file named executed the function. Okay, and then I will do what is I will return. I have to return the file that is execute. Okay. See, till now, what I have basically did here is I have declared a function, right? I have declared a function. Inside this function, I have wrote another function. So whenever I will call the function named decorator1, then the second one, that is execute, will also be called. And it says that firstly I have to print a function, then I have to call that uh, then I have to call this first statement, that is func1, then again the print statement will run. Right? It's just I am wrapping things. I just wrapped the first function between these two lines. Right? Now, what I will do here is I will write def, and inside this I will create another function name. Suppose I created the function name who are we. Okay. Inside this, what I have to write here, like suppose print we are the coolest living being. Okay. What I have written is I have declared a function name who are we, and inside it is a statement that we are humans or we are the coolest living beings. Then what I will do here is I will call this function, and what I will do here is I will write decorator, and inside this I will write what I have written here is I have written that the function who are we should be equal to decorator, right? which was containing some function, right? Now let's run it and see what output we are getting here. It is actually not giving any output, so here I have to do some changes. So instead of who are we, who is human, right? I have written here who is human, and then I will write it as let's just okay, and then I'll write here as who are we and we'll close it. Now our function should work exactly fine, right? So let's just have a look. It is actually it's executing function one and it's executing the statements, but our text has not been printed here, right? Let's see. Yeah. Why? Because I forgot to add brackets here. Let's again run it. Now see, yeah, it's running exactly fine. Again, let's run it again. See, it says executing it now, then it says we are the coolest living being and executed the function, right? So you can see this was our decorator. We basically wrapped our function between the two lines, these things, and we wrapped our function. What it did is it created a cool looking thing, but it is not that important, but you should be knowing a basics, right? That what is decorator, how we usually decorate. Now let's just do one thing. Let's write one more line of code. Okay, let's go here and let's write one more code. We'll just comment it out. Okay, now we'll write def print printer, and within printer we'll write one more line called print. Hey everyone. What I have wrote here is I have wrote hey everyone. Inside that I'll write def again. I'll write display this. Okay. And then I'll write function. Right. Whatever I'm writing, just try to understand what it basically means and what it will do in our code, right? See, what I did, I firstly created a function named printer. That printer function has a statement called print hey everyone. Then I declared another function, and I named it as display this. And inside this, I'm writing another function which has some another things, right? It will be having something called print. Then it will be having executing, or let me write executing. Okay, I wrote executing. Now, after writing executing, I'll put a bracket, comma, and I'll write func underscore. Okay, func underscore. And what exactly I'm going to do here is, right, I will write here as func dot name. Okay, then I'll give it a comma, and then again I'll write function. Okay, and then I write func. Okay, for everything we have to create this function and this also is function. Okay, now I'll write print and I'll write finished execution. Then what I'll do here is return I'll return the value that I kept inside of it, that was inside. Okay, and then I'll write here as decorated. Decorated function equals to display this, and inside this I'll write printer. Okay, right. It was the name, yeah, it is printer itself. and then I'll write decorated function and brackets. Okay. Now, let's just have a look before implementing it. Now let's just have a look. See, it says the first function says hello everyone. Then there is another function which has one more function inside of it. It says print executing function dot underscore underscore name. What it name is, name, it's asking the name, that what was the name of the function which was above it, right? And then it says function. It's just the values which we given it, executing function. After this, we have to write one more line of code that says function. And similar to that, we just wrapped the text again. Now let's just run it. And what it says, executing printer function, hey everyone, finished execution, right? So it was working exactly the same as this upper one was working. It's just another, way to write it. There is one more way to write this function. To learn that, we'll just paste it here again. And what I will do here is, instead of writing this line of code here, I'll just remove it. And what I will do here is, I will copy this function here. I will actually cut this function from there and I'll paste it here, and just above that function I will write @display this. Now again run it. Maybe it has some errors, like let's run it again. Yeah, it really got some glitches. Okay, sure, no worries. So what it did is, after this we just forgot to write one function. That's it. It's just I have to call this function. That's it, was left. And now if I will run it, see, it is doing the same. Executing printer function, hey everyone, finished execution. So this was the three different ways by which we can write the same function. That's it. So it was quite pretty easy. If you guys understood, then do like the channel, do like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you cannot miss the upcoming more videos and amazing series on Django, right? If you still have a doubt and didn't understood, I would really recommend you to go on Google and search Decorators in Python. There is a website of Geeks for Geeks in which they have mentioned very clearly, and by reading the documentations you can easily understand. If you will be having any sort of doubt, then do comment out and I will be really happy to solving your doubts and queries, right? So this was all about decorators from my side. I will catch you in another one in which I will be explaining you about classes and IDs and etc. Till then, see ya, have a great day, and I'll see you in another one. Till then, bye bye.